First Alert Weather with meteorologist Noel Navarro.
Welcome back, everybody. Icy start to Monday and then a bit of a thaw. This is Lower Harbor Marquette. I would not even venture going off into some of the icy sheets that you see near shore here and near the yacht club. It's 44 degrees and a westerly wind gusting 11 miles per hour. Pressure is below 30 inches on the barometer. Here's the almanac data from National Weather Service Marquette, actually based in Negaunee Township. 43 degrees over in the area of Negaunee Township and a high temperature at the Weather Forecast Office of 46, 18 above the average of 28 for highs this time of year, but we got a bunch of 50s, even some upper 50s. Stonington, 58 degrees. We need a camera over in the Stonington Peninsula. We were planning to do some ice fishing next weekend. Might have to hold off on it. Cedar River, upper 50s too. Cooks, La Branch in Menominee County, Doe Lake, Alger County at 55. So yes, it's all of the above. With some of that snow melt, ice melt, refreezing overnight, you got to watch out for icy conditions, especially through morning, and some wet and slushy spots as we get throughout the course of your Tuesday and even Wednesday. Jet stream flow. Futurecast, we're socked in. Upper Michigan between colder air and warmer air, so we're getting all of the above, as mentioned. We deal with some of that wet, slushy stuff during the day and the icy stuff before that overnight. We got a system that'll brush south of Upper Michigan, but that will lead to a mix and more wet snow as we get towards the morning. That's better to get the snow versus the freezing rain. And there's another system brewing over the Pac Northwest to deliver some mix and wet snow conditions across Upper Michigan midweek. Current radar, we're clearing up at times. We're going to be mostly cloudy overnight, and we're going to get more of this rain mix throughout the evening. Once we get past the midnight hour, that's when the mix starts to transition to more wet snow, especially up in the Copper Country and near Lake Superior. Your low temperatures will range anywhere from the mid-20s to the lower 30s for Tuesday morning. Throughout the afternoon, we'll stay mostly cloudy, but there could be some drizzle as the mix tapers off. High temperatures ranging from the 30s to lower 40s. No 50s for tomorrow like we saw today. So that's okay. But once we get into the evening, late Tuesday to Wednesday, be ready for that new mix to come along. Here's your future snowfall from now to the end of your Tuesday. It's along the northern half of Upper Michigan where there's a possibility of getting half an inch of snowfall, especially up in Houghton and Trace for some areas along the northwest from Ontonagon to Lance. Ice accumulation, we're not looking at much more for this time being. Remember, it's going to be more snow than it is freezing rain. That's my forecast for the night. That's why we're not looking at our first alert weather day for tomorrow. Now, future precipitation. Melt it all into a liquid equivalent, and it's looking like low amounts, nothing to exceed 1/4 of an inch, and we'll take it that way because that will lead to more hazards along the way for slipperiness early this week. Now, we talked about southerly winds earlier in this newscast. Southerly winds tend to bring warmer air. We've got more northwesterly breezes overnight through Tuesday morning, which makes me feel more confident that it's going to be more snow than it is going to be freezing rain overnight. Now take a look at what's to come later this week. Wet snow mixed with a system to come over the northern plains, and the next one to drop in from the East Pacific will lead to our colder return of winter here in Upper Michigan. Bitter cold, that is. We're only expecting some wet snow for Wednesday, but some amounts could get to an inch. But an inch of wet snow is still quite slippery. In your first alert weather 7-day forecast, as we get lake effect on Thursday, I want to first alert you to the possibility of some heavy snow. We'll keep an eye on that, whether we go with a first alert weather day for places, say, the Copper Country for Thursday. As we roll to Friday, Saturday, we get that system from the East Pacific. It leads to a colder charge of air for places like Calumet, Copper Dog 150, for example. Temperatures could drop sub-freezing and lake effect snow in its place instead of that slush, that ice, and the wet stuff.
Hey, that's what they like for those kinds of races.
We need that because last time the mushers were not pleased with the ice storm that we had in 2022. Let's get that changed.
Yes, don't want to repeat that. Want a little bit more snow on the ground come next weekend.
Yeah, Vinny, they could just get the old snow mounds and pank it down. Good to go.
Yes, thank you, sir.